Oh, thank you, Sacred Water. We're gonna call up a brother to share some words with us at this time. Ken Workman, would you please come up?
My name is Ken Workman. And I'm the Wamish. And great grandson of Chief Seattle. And so I'd like to welcome everybody to this land we call the Wamish, this mighty land. Pasaquari il de Siaya, the Iam, the Asian, or Dit Ha Ha. So welcome. Thank you, Sacred Waters. Thank you, James. Thank you, Almighty, for being here today. This is a wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. The prehistoric protection, protect the sacred honoring ceremony of Chief Reuben George and Chief Darrell Bob brought together Sioux Nation medicine man Leonard Crow Dog and Chief Arvo Looking Horse, keeper of the White Buffalo Calf Pipe, in an unprecedented alliance to stop the tar sands projects. At this time, we have Chief Darrell Bob and his beloved wife. They're here to speak about protect the sacred and the significance of signing of the international treaty to protect sacred lands from the tar sands. Ask these relatives if they come up, share some good words with us today.
How you doing out there? Can you hear me all right back there? Shitjas kring was kaum. Stadium skan muta kakamu. Well, I'm saying I'm my wife Teresa.
Hello everybody, I'm Teresa Fenton Bob. My parents are the late Henry and Evelyn Fenton. My grandparents are the late Celestine Bob and Jack Edwards. And on my father's side it's Walter and Matilda Fenton. Thank you for all being here, and I thank the ones for inviting us down here to be on your land. And when we look at Idle No More, we look at it as a ceremony. So I thank you for all being here, sharing in the ceremony and sharing in prayers for Sacred Mother Earth.
My relations, my name is, English name is Darrell Bob. I'm from a small town in British Columbia called Elwood, British BC. It's about 7 hours north of here. Back home, we see the change in the land. We see what's happening to Mother Earth. Think about it from this way. Today, when we look around and we look at the animals out, they're starting to cross. They're starting to cross the line. A coyote's mixing with a wolf so the wolf can come into the city to survive. A polar bear is crossing with a grizzly bear to make these hybrid animals so they can survive in a changing environment that they're not used to anymore. This is the fight we're having. This is where we're struggling. Protecting Mother Earth is first and foremost, not for us, but for those beautiful young children that are here. Thank you, young people, for being here, for witnessing something that people are coming together to care about our future generations, the one of yet to come. We are born the responsibility to look after our children. It is our responsibility to look after our loving young men, our loving young girls, so that they can look after the generations yet to come. No matter how fat the wallet is, that isn't going to look after them. The only thing it can do with money when it's not needed is wipe your butt. That's the truth. We need to look at the truth and the realities that our people are faced with in generations to come. When we think about a generation, we think about it 7 generations ahead. Not just our grandchildren. I thank these beautiful singers for coming here to sing an amazing song, to greet you, to honor you. We are in a ceremony to help our Mother Earth survive the destruction that is happening to her. Where I'm from, there's a thief up there named Harper. I don't call him no less, because they strip us of our identities. Never mind just indigenous people. They strip everyone of their identity. They categorize us as human beings now. Either you're rich or you're poor. There's no other way to look at it. That's the only way people look at it today. Society is drawing a line. We need to understand that line. It's the grassroots people that are coming together to be strong, to look after Mother Earth and to look after each other, because we have a responsibility. We were born with that responsibility. We are connected to the land. We are part of the land. Without her, we don't exist. We are responsible. In ceremony, we pray for our mother. In life, we pray for our mothers. In death, we go back to our mother. Any way we look at it, we are responsible for her. The animals, the spirit people, the water people, the creepy crawlies, they're all telling us it's time that we watch over what's happening around the world. It's everywhere. It's a stain. An elder once told me, as a young leader, he says, I quote him, he says, they took all our prime lands and they put us on the rocks and hills. Back home where I'm from, we're on the rocks and hills. Now that they raped everything around us, what do they want? They want the rocks and hills. You know, they can find us in spaces. We live in square boxes. When we live in square boxes, it keeps us contained, keeps us wrapped with the idle no more movement and the grassroots people coming to understand who we are and our responsibilities to Mother Earth are starting to stand up and understand what we have to do to move forward. Let's not forget our ceremonies. Our ceremony keepers are out here. They're the ones that guide our way through spirit. Without spirit, we have no guidance. That's the way it should be. And I thank you in a good way. We do a gathering back home. It's called the International Indigenous Leadership Gathering, where we bring speakers from basically around the world to come and talk about protecting the sacred, talking about looking after our children and our responsibilities. We have pipe ceremonies, we have sweat lodge ceremonies, we have various other ceremonies, and we have amazing speakers that come together to talk about this, to teach people, to help people understand what that responsibility is. And these people come at the goodness of their heart. They come at their own time. We pay their airfare, we fly them in from wherever, and they come in and they talk about the spirituality and the connection to the land and the protecting of the sacred. In 6 days, my wife's sister and a bunch of other people got together during this gathering and cooked over 10,500 meals in 6 days. 3 meals a day. That the pots and pans were banging from sun up to sundown into midnight. We had like maybe 6 deer, 2 moose, maybe 200 fish. The food was just, one family cooked 7,500 bannock in 1 day. They were just going steady. That's the commitment to feeding the people, to looking after the people in ceremony, so that you're looked after. That's our responsibility. To be a good host, we must treat you good. To be a good host, to be connected with each other, we must know and be able to look after each other. If we can't look after each other, how the heck are we going to look after our Mother Earth? We are responsible. The sign that says Bill C-45. Bill C-45 is something designed to make it easier for governments to access native lands so that they can get more get more oil. That's all it is. To get more mining, to access our communities more. Because they got everything else, they want that. Protecting the sacred is our responsibility as people. My chief